The world of global trade is on edge. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has issued a stark warning. He says Canada is prepared to impose counter-tariffs. This comes in response to potential trade actions by former U.S. President Donald Trump. The announcement, made on January 12, 2025, sent ripples through financial markets. It signals a hardening stance from Canada. Trudeau's message is clear. Canada will not be a passive bystander in a trade war. The Canadian economy is deeply integrated with the U.S. economy. Billions of dollars in goods and services flow across the border every day. A trade war would be devastating for both countries. Trudeau's warning is a reminder of the high stakes involved in trade relations. The U.S. and Canada have a long history of economic cooperation, but that cooperation has often been tested by disputes. The Trump administration was particularly aggressive in its use of tariffs. The potential for a new trade war is a worrying development. It comes at a time when the global economy is already facing significant challenges. The COVID-19 pandemic, the war in Ukraine, and rising inflation have all created uncertainty. A trade war between the U.S. and Canada would only add to these problems. The specter of Donald Trump looms large over this latest trade dispute. Trump, despite being out of office, continues to exert significant influence on the Republican Party. His protectionist views on trade resonate with a segment of the American public. This makes it difficult for the Biden administration to fully reverse Trump-era trade policies. Trump's approach to trade was confrontational. He viewed trade as a zero-sum game. In his view, one country could only benefit at the expense of another. This view led him to impose tariffs on goods from China, Mexico, Canada, and the European Union. These tariffs had a number of negative consequences. They increased prices for consumers and businesses. They disrupted supply chains, and they damaged relationships with key allies. The Biden administration has been trying to repair the damage caused by Trump's trade wars, but it faces an uphill battle. The possibility of a new trade war with Canada is a sign that Trump's legacy on trade is still being felt. It is a reminder of the fragility of the global trading system. And it is a warning that the U.S. must be careful not to repeat the mistakes of the past. The economic implications of a potential U.S.-Canada trade war are significant. Both countries would experience job losses and reduced economic growth. Certain sectors would be hit particularly hard. Manufacturing, a key pillar of both economies, would likely suffer. The automotive industry, with its integrated supply chains, is particularly vulnerable. Tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum, a hallmark of the previous Trump administration, could return. This would drive up costs for U.S. manufacturers and make them less competitive globally. Agriculture, another crucial sector, would also feel the pain. Canada is a major supplier of agricultural products to the U.S. American farmers rely on the Canadian market for their exports. Tariffs on agricultural goods would disrupt these flows and hurt farmers on both sides of the border. The technology sector, a bright spot in both economies, wouldn't be immune. The U.S. and Canada collaborate closely on research and development. A trade war could stifle innovation and slow down technological progress. The current situation underscores the importance of constant vigilance. Monitoring trade policies, both domestically and internationally, is crucial. Governments, businesses, and individuals need to stay informed about potential changes to trade rules. Early warning systems can help mitigate the impact of trade disputes. By identifying potential problems early on, stakeholders can take steps to adjust their strategies. This might involve diversifying supply chains, exploring new markets, or lobbying governments for policy changes. International cooperation is also essential. Multilateral institutions, such as the World Trade Organization, play a vital role in resolving trade disputes. Strengthening these institutions and upholding the rules-based trading system is in everyone's best interest. The future of U.S.-Canada trade relations remains uncertain. The potential for a trade war is a real and present danger. However, by understanding the risks, engaging in dialogue, and working together, both countries can navigate these choppy waters and preserve their mutually beneficial economic relationship.